Hello everyone, welcome to Predicode. Today we are going to solve a medium level of question. Add two numbers from linked list in Swift. Let's go through the problem. You are given two non-empty linked lists representing two non-negative integers. The digits are stored in reverse order and each you may assume that two numbers do not contain any leading zero except the number 0 itself. So what does it mean is like we have two numbers. So if you see 2 4 3, it is representing 3 4 2, and if you see 5 6 4, it is representing 4 6 and 5, and it is available with linked list. So actually it is given in reversed order, and the summation of it, if you see, it is going to be 5 plus 2, which is 7, 6 plus 4 0, and we have one carry, right? And 4 plus 3, which is 7, and 8. So if you see, the result of the linked list which we are getting is 7 0 8. So if we take care of the carry from here, we will be able to give the results successfully from this question, because the linked list is already available in the reverse order. This problem actually I am going to approach with recursion to understand this concept in a clearer way. So this is given as a linked list. Here I have already uh, got the solution, also some examples to solve with recursion. If you don't know what a linked list is, please go through my previous video. There a brief introduction on the linked list I have given. So currently my current number is 7 3 4, available in reverse order. So it is available as 4 3 and 7. So the second number is 4 2 8, but it is available in reverse order. So what we are going to do over here is we will perform recursion to give the summation of this linked list. Here you see, this is my actual function which is available, and from there I am calling one function called add. There we are passing three parameters. One is linked list 1, linked list 2, which is given in the problem, and the third one is the carry, right? So the carry, which we have to maintain and make sure we are adding it with each next node to give the summation in a proper way. So my base condition of recursion is very important in order to return from the function, otherwise it will give the stack overflow. So if linked list is nil, and condition, if linked list 2 is also nil, and also if my carry is equals to 0, then what we do, we return nil. So this nil is nothing but we would be pointing to nil. Actually in this question we are going to return a list node which is a resulting list node. So if you see in the problem, this is my resulting list, right? So here I'm going to return the first node, which is 7, and it would be pointing to the rest of the resulting nodes. So that is what we are going to do over here. So when we reach to the end, it is going to be nil. Next, you see, after having the base condition fulfilled, we have sum. So sum is equals to L1.val, L2.val plus carry, which is like a general summation logic. Then how we are calculating the carry is like, whatever the sum is there, in my first condition it is 4 plus 8 equal to 12 plus carry. Initially it is 0, so it is 12. I have taken bigger numbers to understand how the carry is working in here. So what we do is we do sum divided by 10 given over here. So 12 divided by 10 will be equal to 1, right? Because that is what it will give me from this logic. Next is value. Value is like my resulting node will be there, right? So this is my result, and here is the third node of it. So this is my resulting node, and it could have even four fourth item as well. So what we'll do, we'll create just 4 nodes over here. So this is my result. And if you see in the very first call, what will happen is like my carry is 1 and the value, some value is going to be modulo. So some modulo modulo 10 is 12, modulo 10 is always going to be 2, right? So my current value which we are going to store as the very first node is 2. So here it will come as 2, but you see we don't return that immediately. We are creating another node. So my list is representing a node. We are creating another node. Let's understand this with the call stack. So I have already created a stack kind of structure. The very first call it is going to return is list. Current value which we have already calculated is 2, and it is trying to identify its next. So my node will have 2 items, one is the current val, other one will be the next, right? So it has not yet returned, so it is calling add again. So in add, if you notice, it is calling list1 dot next. List1 dot next is what? 3. So it will take 3. Next is 2. My carry, we just now calculated carry which was 1. So it will take all 3 values and call add again. Once it calls add again, it will try to check the base condition. My base condition is if L1 is nil or L2 is nil or carry is 0. Neither is true in this case. So it will go and calculate sum again. So in this case my sum is equals to 3 plus 2 plus carry is 1, which is 6. So if you see, again it will try to calculate carry, which will come as 0, because 6 divided by 10 is going to be 0, and val is sum modulo 10, which is going to be 6 again. So my current value is 6 and carry is 0. So it will try to call it again. It will go over here. Now it will again try to create one list which is actually trying to point to this one. So this is what this is my this is my next node for this list node, which is supposed to be returned as a result, right? And then here next node would start to create. So my current value is 6. This is 6. Again it is trying to call add because it has to identify what is going to be the next node for this one. So it will call add with the values, and next for this one is 7, right? So it is 7 and this is 4. I have taken bigger value to understand the carry in this scenario. If you see in this particular step we don't have a carry, so it is going to be 0, right? So it has called. Now it is again trying to identify the next node for this condition, right? So it will go again to the call add. Now when add is getting called for the values 7, 4 and 0, it will check for the base condition. The AND conditions would help to decide that it is not going to return nil. So it will go and calculate the summation again. Sum for our condition is 7 plus 4 plus 0, because carry which we have passed is 0 and the value is 11. Now we calculate carry. Carry will come as 1, right? And the value which we are going to store in this current node is going to be 11 modulo 10, which is again 1, right? So what it will do, it will calculate all the values and pass here. So it will again call to the next one, and this list will have its value. So my current val, sorry, it is not sum, it is val. So my current val is 1, and it is again trying to identify its next node. So it is going to take the value next values. So next value, if we see, is pointing to nil. So here it is pointing to nil. Next one is again nil. But if you see, my carry is 1, right? So here we have a carry which is 1. So what it will do, it will go to the next call. So we will make another call where my carry is 1, but my both the linked list which are supposed to return the result are already nil. So what it will do is, it will go to the base condition. Since carry is not equal to 0, it will proceed further. Sum is equals to L1 plus L2, which is 0, and carry. So carry is 1, it will take 1 as sum value. Now it will try to calculate carry again, but in this condition our carry will become 0, right? 1 divided by 10 will be 0, and the val will be equal to 1 modulo 10, which is going to be 1, right? So it will create another list. From here you see it is trying to return one list node which is having a value of 1, and it is having, it is trying to identify the next node for this. So it will call add again, right? So once it calls add again, it will be nil, nil, and 0 this time. So actually it is this node it is pointing to, so it is 0, so it is going to call again, right? So once it goes over here, this time my values are nil, nil, and my carry is 0, so this will return nil. So from here, once it calls here, it is going to return nil, right? So this will be, this will start, this value will start pointing to nil, and this call will be popped out of my call stack. So now this value is nil, and it is a simple pointing to nil, and this is a simple list. And since it has returned nil, it will come back further. From here it will pop out and come back to here. Now this call stack would be popped out. Now it is pointing to this, right? This is pointing to this value, so this is nothing but value 1. Now this has also returned, so this value will be popped out, and this value is pointing to this, right? This node is pointing to this, and here as well the value will be 1. Here also the value is 1. So actually it is representing a node, to be honest. So here as well the call will be popped out, and it will represent this node, right? This list node. So it will be like 6, and the next node, and next node, and so on. So if you see, our result has come as the node 2, which is pointing to next node 6, and this is pointing to 1, and this is pointing to next node 1, and this is pointing to nil, right? So let's see if the logic has stand out based on this based on this implementation. So my numbers were 4, 3, 7, and the next numbers were 8, 2, and 4. It is in reverse order. So when we are doing a summation, we will go with the forward order: 7, 3, 4, 8, 2, 4. So sorry, it's not 8, 2, 4, it is 4, 2, 8. So 8 plus 4, 2, carry 1, 3 plus 2, 5, 1, 6, 7 plus 4, 11. But we are representing the value in reverse order, so my linked list would look like 2, then 6, then 1, and then 1. So if you see, it matches with the result what we have over here. Hope this was understandable, and see you in the next video. Thank you. So let's solve this problem in Leetcode. So I have already written my recursive function signature, which is add numbers. It has an extra parameter carry, and we would return this value from the main method. So it is going to take 3 parameters, L1, L2, and 0. 0 is the initial carry value. Now we would write the base condition, which is L1 equal to nil, and L2 equal to nil, and also we have another AND condition if carry is equals to 0. So this, if it is true, we do return nil. Next, what we are going to calculate is sum equal to L1 dot val, if it is nil then it would take 0, plus L2 dot val, if it is 0, if it is optional nil then it is going to take 0, and then we add carry. Next what we will calculate is the value of carry. Let carry equal to sum divided by 10, and next we would calculate the val which we are going to store for this current node, so it will be sum modulo 10. Next we would return a list node with current val and recursive call, right? So my method, it will take L1 dot next, then it would take L2 dot next, after that it would take the current carry. Let's submit and check. So here it is giving some error. I think it's because of the spacing. Let's resubmit and check. So it has been accepted. See you in the next video.